We always hear about the study life balance or the work life balance, right? But no one really tells us how hard it actually is. The late nights, the exhausting days, the guilt of taking a break, the constant feeling that you should be doing more. That sounds familiar, right? I just came from uni today and I decided that I'm gonna set up my camera and talk about the struggles of the study life balance that no one really warns you about. More importantly, how to actually deal with them without feeling that you're constantly failing. Let's start with one of the biggest struggles, feeling guilt when you're not studying or working. Put your finger down if you decided to take a break and then spend the entire time thinking of all the work that you still have to do. Yeah, you too. The problem is we see breaks as wasted time when in reality they are actually what makes us stay productive. If you never let yourself rest, you'll hit burnout very fast. Now, one thing that I find really helpful is setting intentional breaks. Instead of taking breaks randomly, plan them ahead of time so that when you take a break, you actually enjoy it knowing that you have scheduled it in. And that keeps you in track so that you don't end up spending longer breaks that you actually need. Here's another struggle. No matter how much you study, no matter how much work you put in, it just never feels like enough. There's always another chapter, there's always another test, there's always another topic. What I personally try to do right now is setting a done for the day rule. Instead of studying until I physically can't anymore, I set a time where I say, okay, I've done enough for today. Tomorrow is a new day. And really, this shift in mindset has been a game changer. Balancing study or work with social life is another struggle that really no one prepares you for. Either you feel left out because you're always working, or you go out and feel guilty for not working. It's like a lose lose situation. Now, one thing I learned is that quality matters more than quantity. Instead of feeling pressured to say yes to every plan, I make sure that the time I spend with my friends and family is intentional. That means putting my phone away, being present, and actually enjoying the moment instead of thinking about all the things that I have to get done. Okay, let's be real. Most students have terrible sleep schedules because we tell ourselves just one more hour, and before we know it, it's 3 a.m. The next day, you end up exhausted, can't focus. So you drink too much caffeine, and the cycle repeats. Now, what actually helps is tracking your sleep schedule the way you track your study. You have to start treating sleep as part of your study plan because if you're not well rested, then you're not absorbing the information anyway. Prioritizing good sleep, movement, and nutrition actually makes you more efficient and not less. Lastly, the fear of falling behind. You see other people studying more hours, 8 hours a day, 4 hours a day, finishing topics faster, getting better grades, and suddenly you feel like you're not doing enough. Something that really helped me was focusing on progress and no comparison. Everyone's study pace is different. As long as you're showing up and putting in the effort, you're doing enough. One thing I do is I reflect on my own progress instead of looking at others. If I was struggling with a topic this month and now I understand it, then that's a win. At the end of the day, study or work life balance is not about doing everything perfectly. I think it's about knowing when to push and when to pause. So if you are struggling with this, just know that you're not alone. You are not failing. You are just human. What's the biggest study life balance that you have faced? Let me know in the comments and let's try and figure this out together. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future uploads, and I'll see you in the next one.